There is no such thing as a free lunch. There is no such thing as a free sample. And there is definitely no such thing as a free gift. If a stranger walks up to you and hands you a flower or a soda or a keychain and says, "No charge, it's a gift," you should be terrified. They are not being nice. They're hacking your brain. They are triggering a deep evolutionary program called the Law of Reciprocity. Welcome to the psychology of the Trojan Horse. Human beings are wired for fairness. For thousands of years, our survival depended on trade. If you gave me meat, I gave you berries. If I took your meat and gave you nothing, I was a parasite. No. The tribe would cast me out, and I would die. Because of this, we have a physical, painful reaction to social debt. When someone gives you something, even if you didn't ask for it, and even if you don't want it, our brain instantly creates a feeling of obligation. If you feel a heavy, invisible weight, you feel an urgent need to pay them back to clear the debt. Manipulators know this. The most famous example involves the Hare Krishnas in the 1970s. They were a religious group struggling to raise money. People hated them. They chanted in airports and begged for donations, but travelers just walked past them. So they changed their strategy. They stopped asking. They started giving. A Krishna devotee would walk up to a traveler and force a flower into their hand. The traveler would say, "I don't want this." The devotee would say, "It is our gift to you." They would refuse to take it back. Now, the traveler is holding a flower. The transaction has opened. The debt is established. Only then would the devotee ask for a donation. The results were explosive. People who hated the Krishnas, people who knew it was a scam, would dig into their pockets and give them $1 just to relieve the psychological pressure of holding the flower. They often threw the flower in the trash 10 seconds later. They didn't pay for the flower. They paid for the relief. This tactic is used everywhere. Why do pharmaceutical reps bring expensive lunches to doctors? Because a doctor who just ate a free steak sandwich finds it chemically difficult to say no when the rep asks them to prescribe a new drug. Why does the supermarket give you a free piece of cheese, so you feel guilty walking away without buying the block? But the dark side of reciprocity isn't just about gifts. It is about concessions. This leads to the most powerful negotiation tactic in dark psychology, the Dorenthoff. Here's how it works. If you want $50 from someone, do not ask for $50. Ask for $500. They will say, "Are you crazy?" They slam the door in your face. Now, you make a concession. You back down. You say, "Okay, I understand. $500 is a lot. Could you help me out with just $50? The target will almost always say yes. Why? Because you gave something up. You move from 500 to 50. Your retreat is viewed by their brain as a gift. The law of reciprocity dictates that if you make a concession, they must make a concession. They feel an obligation to meet you in the middle. If you had asked for $50 up front, they would have refused. But because you asked for $500 first, the $50 looks like a compromise. This is how you get a raise. This is how you get a date. This is how you sell a car. Yes. You create a fake, extreme demand that you know will be rejected, just so you can give it up as a Trojan horse to get what you actually wanted all along. So, how do you defend against this? How do you stop the feeling of debt? You must reframe the interaction. You must realize that the gift is not a gift. It is a sales tactic. It is a bribe. The rule of reciprocity says you must repay kindness with kindness. But it does not say you must repay a trick with kindness. When the Krishna hands you the flower, you don't say thank you. You define it. You say to yourself, "This is a manipulation attempt." Once you label it as a trick, the feeling of debt vanishes. You can take the flower, walk away, and give them nothing. You are free. But reciprocity is only one way our brains are wired to follow social rules. There is another pressure that is even stronger than debt. It is the pressure of the herd. What happens when you are in a room with 10 people, and all 10 of them say that 2 equals 5? Do you fight them, or do you start to doubt your own eyes? In the 1950s, a psychologist named Solomon Asch tested this. He proved that most humans would rather be wrong with the group than be right alone. If you want to know how easily your reality can be warped by peer pressure, you need to watch the next video. We are going to look at the lines. Click the next video. Everyone else is doing it.